Part of becoming a professional basketball player in the NBA and part of becoming an NBA team that's competing is the willingness to do simple things over and over again. I thought early in the game, the team on both sides of the ball was very active, connected, unselfish, and the second quarter, we had some pockets where our play wasn't perfect, but the second half was unrecognizable in almost every way. There's moments where stubbornness is cute, and there's moments where stubbornness is embarrassing. At some point, every person needs to look in the mirror and understand what's being asked of them and try to do it to the best of their ability at the highest level of intensity that they can. I'm a very competitive person, and there are moments where I feel like I'm having to restrain the core of who I am because there seems to be an unwillingness at times to understand that this is not something that you can take for granted. The NBA will stop for no one, and our program will stop for nobody. There needs to be accountability of self first, and everybody on our team needs to understand that opportunity should not be taken lightly. And a lot of our young players are getting the chance to play in games, to wear a Utah Jazz jersey, and to represent themselves. And ultimately, we all have to answer for our performances. I've talked a lot about how we carry ourselves meaning something to me, and those words are not hollow. That second half was really disappointing. And it's not representative of who we want to be as an organization. It's not representative of who I want us to be. There are very few times where I've been disappointed in our group, and tonight I'll drive home disappointed. But we have to all wake up tomorrow and get back to work. And it is one game. It is one half. I understand that. And I'll get some sleep and wake up tomorrow with perspective. But during the game, perspectives for the birds. The lights are on, you're competing, you're representing an organization, you're representing a fan base, our community. And that was just unacceptable.
Can I ask, in maybe more particular terms, what you thought was lacking on the court?
Pass the mother ball. Run back on defense. When it's time to communicate what we're doing on defense, you should do it at a volume louder than I'm talking to you right now. When there is a loose ball, you need to want it more than the other team. You are a member of a team. This is not about you. This is not a personal workout for you. I could go on and on and on, but you get the point. It's a team game. And the moment that you make everything about yourself is the moment that it all goes bad. And it becomes an infection. One person does it, then another person does it. Oh, he didn't pass to me, so I'm like, it just, and then the energy goes down, and then our defensive intensity and individual pride goes out the window, and the communication goes out the window. And then after every play, it's like, well, he was supposed to do it, and it just becomes a finger pointing, and it's disappointing. Like, this is stuff that we talk about every day, and I understand that one game and one half shouldn't be something that any of us overreact to, but you know, you put a lot of time and energy into it, a lot of thought into it, a lot of emotional energy into it. And it's disappointing sometimes when you don't feel like people are pouring into themselves and understanding the opportunity that they have. I don't pretend to have all the answers. I'm a young coach. I'm still figuring a lot out. It's my 15th year in the NBA, and I've seen a lot of players make it, and I've seen a lot of guys behave in a way that if they could go back in time, they'd take it back. I thought we played like a team for about a half, and then it looked like a pickup game at Lifetime Fitness, where we just all met 10 seconds ago, and we're all just kind of out here trying to get a workout.
Do you think shot making in the first half created a malaise in the second half?
I mean, I don't think so. You know, I think that would be letting everybody off the hook. You know, I do believe in the ability to just call it like it is, and I don't want us to get in the habit of giving ourselves an excuse. You know, this is back to what we talked about pregame, or actually it was postgame last game. It's not just what you do, it's how you do it. You can miss every shot and still leave knowing that you played in a way that is respectable. And yeah, the ball just didn't go in. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't want shot making to dictate our behavior. You know, when it's not going your way, it's easier to tell. But I mean, we still leave the game. We shot 40% from three. Like, it's not. We've had plenty of nights where we've left at 30%, and it's like, oh, we didn't make shots tonight, but the guys played hard. You know, they got 20 more shots than we did. We had 4 offensive rebounds for the game. Yeah, tonight's a tough one. Just I don't think that there's really an excuse to be made. I just don't think that we were connected at all in the second half.
Do you think that, like, you know, the NBA won't stop for no one, the program won't stop for no one, right? But like, a lot of these young players see that right now it feels like there's infinite opportunity, but they're going to get minutes. The injury report, what it is, there are minutes to be had. So there's not like no one's taking them out of the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is there anything to that?
Yeah. I mean, sure, I think that could be part of it, but that would be very short-sighted. Because the decisions that have to be made moving forward are much bigger than whether you get to play on Thursday. So, yeah, I think, you know, Bobby Knight made that speech the one time about your butt on the bench and that sending a signal to your brain, and, you know, all that. That's funny, but it's true to a degree. But that's, again, like, to me, that's an excuse. Like, you still know how you're supposed to behave. And it's not about the play, it's about the behavior. That's what bothers me. You dribble off your foot, you dribble off your foot. You shoot an air ball, you shoot an air ball. the other stuff is the part that keeps me up at night, because like I truly think that that's the biggest part of development, is learning how to approach it every day. And you know, when you're lucky to be around the best players and you see how they are every day, like it's not a mistake that the best guys are where they are. They have talent, but they also compound that by how they approach it every day. And those are the habits we're trying to build.
Thanks, sir.